A man's wardrobe is, of course, the backbone of his personal style, ideally consisting of a carefully curated selection of clothing and accessories. Starting this from scratch, yeah, it can be a little bit daunting, but building a well-rounded wardrobe doesn't have to be overly complicated or break the bank if you take into consideration one simple equation, and that is cost per wear. By taking this into account, you can make informed decisions about the pieces that are worth your hard-earned cash and what should just be left on the rail. So in this video, we're going to explore the basics of cost per wear and use that to highlight the essentials of a functional and affordable wardrobe. And along the way, I'm going to provide some tips for optimizing your cost per wear. And this will, I guarantee you, save you money in the long run. Right, first up, what exactly is cost per wear? Cost per wear is a way of measuring the value of a clothing item based on the number of times you're going to wear it. It's a very simple calculation that takes into account the price of the item and divides it by the number of times you expect to wear it. For example, if you buy a $250 pair of jeans, wear them 200 times, the cost per wear would be $1.25. By considering the cost per wear of an item, you can make more informed shopping decisions and invest in pieces that will give you the most value over time, making expensive clothing really cheap. Luckily, the cost per wear concept is easy to apply in terms of menswear. It is easy because there are menswear staples that you can invest in that are classic, timeless, come in really good quality iterations, and that all work well together. I mean, here's just a short list off the top of my head. Blue jeans, chinos, a great suit, a leather jacket, a denim jacket, a pair of Chelsea boots, pair of derby shoes, a trench coat, a pea coat, crew neck sweater, plain t-shirts, Ray-Ban sunglasses. I mean, the list goes on, but you get the idea, right? These are classic items that have stood the test of time. They've endured countless swings in fashion and trends, as well as shifts in social and cultural structures, and still hold relevance. So investing in one of these, you can't really go wrong, right? Wrong. You can go wrong if you invest in a piece where the cost per wear is too high. For example, with my style, my lifestyle, where I live and what I do for a living, I could, if I wanted to, wear jeans pretty much each and every day. So if I spend $250 on a pair of jeans, wear them, I don't know, 80% of the time over the lifetime of 3 years, let's say, that's 876 days of wear. So the total cost per wear is 29 cents. That seems pretty reasonable, right? On the flip side, a great suit. I have the occasion to wear a suit pretty much never. Honestly, I think this was the last time I wore a suit, and I was about 14. I still have that one. It looks like new because I never wear it. That suit cost, I don't know, £400 maybe, so the cost per wear is £400. Not so reasonable. So when looking at what to invest in, you have to keep asking yourself, is this a piece that I will really get to wear? And then you have to adjust your investment in that piece accordingly. If it's something that you won't get to wear many times, that you won't get very many miles from, either go for a less expensive version of that, or better yet, a second-hand or vintage, or just don't get whatever it might be. Right, cost per wear versus the lifespan of a garment, because this is also important. Another thing you need to take into consideration in the cost per wear equation is the longevity of a garment. Simply put, some things last longer than others. A white t-shirt I find has a lifespan of about 6 months for various reasons, mostly Italian food related and offspring related these days. The lifespan of a leather jacket, however, probably more than my lifespan. I'm Scottish, that's not difficult. Dropping $100 on some crazy heavyweight loop wheel woven by hand white tee doesn't make much sense when looked at from a cost per wear perspective. Say if you wear it at most 2 days a week over the 6 months period, that's 48. So the cost per wear is $250. Okay, that doesn't seem like much until you consider that you can get a very good GOTS certified white t-shirt for around about, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks. That's 38 cents, and that is quite a difference. I think it is much more sensible to take those savings and put them into something that has some longevity. Has some longevity. And longevity equates to cheaper garments. I mean, this isn't a hard or fast rule, not much in menswear or indeed in life is generally. But I think about cost per wear in 3 categories: high longevity, medium longevity, and low longevity. High longevity items are things like outerwear, such as leather jackets, wool jackets, wax jackets, denim jackets. And then garments like wool sweaters, boots and shoes, as long as they can be resold. And then accessories such as watches, chains and rings, sunglasses, these kind of things. With high longevity items, you can put a high price tag due to the fact that they will last a long time. They'll be lasting long enough to bring the cost of wear down to a reasonable amount. For the lifespan of one of these items, we're talking about years, if not decades. In some cases, you really should expect them to outlive you. Now, when it comes to medium longevity, I'm thinking in terms of jeans, chinos, shirts, sweaters, hoodies, performance outerwear, belts, hats, scarves, and gloves. Oh, and yeah, optical glasses. These are items that no matter how good the quality is, they will wear out with a bit of time. I'd say jeans and chinos have a half-life of 3 years or so. Shirts maybe about the same. Performance outerwear tends to lose some of its performance over time. And as to hats, scarves and gloves, let's face it, the day-to-day reality is that they tend to get lost along the way. As to optical glasses, yeah, we need to change our prescriptions from time to time, and unlike sunglasses, I find that most people opt to switch out the frames at the same time. I mean, I get it. If you're wearing the same thing each and every day, a change is pretty welcome. So the lifespan of these items is into the years, but I wouldn't say more than 5 years if you're wearing them a reasonable amount. With medium longevity, look to medium price points. I mean, the less time you can wear an item, that means the fewer times you can wear the item, and if you opt for something particularly costly, then that's going to drive up the price per wear. Cost per wear, sorry. Now, the final category, low longevity. I'm talking about a year to 18 months at the most. I will put the aforementioned white t-shirts in this category, and I'm going to also lump in all t-shirts. Then underwear, socks, sportswear, trainers, sneakers, things of that kind of ilk. I find that t-shirts, no matter the color, they simply just don't last long, and nothing makes you look shabbier than an old, ill-fitting tee. Underwear and socks tend to last less than a year for me, as does most sportswear. Sneakers, I'm not one of those folks that think a beat-up old pair of Cons looks better. I think they look just as bad as an old t-shirt. And sports shoes, trainers, I mean, I'm not so into the sneaker culture, so when I want to wear them, it's mostly for sports. And I find that they last about 18 months, maybe less. Again, it's how much you can wear a garment or an item that drives down the cost. So, with low longevity, the amount of time you have to wear that item is reduced, and therefore the initial cost of that particular item should also be reduced accordingly. I mean, simply put, these things are just not worth investing a great deal of money in. Right, so we've got our 3 categories, and I'm going to go through 3 optimized cost per wear outfits, just so you can have an idea about how I approach this. And I'm going to start with a super easy one. White t-shirt, blue jeans and canvas kicks. I mean, there's nothing really more classic than that, right? Okay, from the bottom up, let's start with the sneakers. That's low longevity. And I think, yeah, a pair of Vans fit the bill nicely, and I'm liking this pair of UA Authentic 44DX Anaheim Factory sneakers. It's quite a mouthful, but these ones anyway. For the jeans, that's medium longevity. And I think we need something with a bit of an easy vibe to it. And the TCB 60s regular straight jeans, that works perfectly. They have a nice easy fit without being too slouchy. And with TCB, you know you're getting a pair of jeans that are made just like Levi's used to make them when Levi's used to make them well. White t-shirt, low longevity, Hanes, they do good t-shirts, very good t-shirts for a very reasonable price. Okay, that was a super easy one. Let's move on to something with some high longevity pieces in it. Something a bit more autumn winter maybe, but can still be mixed and matched with what we just put together. And we're gonna start off with some boots. That's high longevity, as long as they can be resold. And hands down, one of the best boots I have ever bought is the Alden Indie boot. It's a classic, it's incredibly comfortable, it's versatile, and yes, expensive, but yeah, it's high longevity, remember? You'll be reaching for these your whole life long, so it's worth the investment. The cost per wear will be low. Next up, trousers, and I think we'll go with a pair of chinos. Why are all these names so long? Okay, the BC03 Straight Chino 10 ounce golden brown military twill. That's from Benzite Denim Developers. Anyway, it's a great fitting pair of chinos with all the details you'd want, and they'll go perfect with the Aldens. And you know what? I'm going to stick to the white tee for this, so see above for the earlier, previous choice. Then I'm going to want to have some knitwear. And I'm going to go with my new favorite brand, the Bonne Facture, with this wool crewneck sweater. It does have a specific name, I just can't pronounce it. This, I really believe, falls into the high longevity category. I have an iron sweater from my father. It was given to him when he was 21, and he wore it a lot, and it looks pretty much new. Then some outerwear, and I have to stick to the Bonne Facture. With this French wool grandad trench coat. I'm a huge fan of this coat, and I have been for years. They bring it back in different iterations each and every season, and they're always perfect. So yeah, this is a great piece, and it falls into the high longevity category. Okay, so that's outfit number 2. But as I said earlier, these are things that are so simple to mix and match. It's more of the beginnings of a solid wardrobe, actually. Now, outfit 3. Okay, I want to stick to high longevity, and I mentioned leather jackets earlier, and I'd like to start there and maybe even finish there. As I've mentioned earlier, all of these pieces would work really well together, and a leather jacket is just kind of the cherry on top to this. Right, so there's 2 roads you could go down, or 2 roads that I would go down. First is the classic collared 1930s sports jacket style, something like this Ironheart IHJ54. Now this is horsehide, and it will be pretty heavy, and it will take some breaking in, but it will be worth it, and guaranteed it's going to outlive you. Or if you're a bit more like me these days and you value your comfort and ease, a suede or rough out leather is going to be perfect. Somehow I think that the Type 3 style lends itself to this material. Maybe it's just because anytime I wear my 316 rough out, the comments just explode with like, where's that jacket from? So clearly it's working for not only me. Unfortunately, that jacket is sold out. The closest I could find is this here one from Golden Bear. It's a suede trucker, and that's a collaboration with Huckberry. Golden Bear is one of these OG leather jacket makers. It makes jackets for US presidents. It's in the same league as Schott and Langlitz. So this is going to be an incredible jacket, and it's going to be instantly comfortable out the box. It's not going to be quite as durable as the full grain Ironheart, but unless you're going to take a spill off a bike, then it's just going to last you fine. And it's probably going to last your kiddo fine too. Again, high longevity, high price, but when you consider the timelessness of these styles and the quality and durability of these garments, then you factor in the cost per wear equation. These become very affordable with time. And that's how you can make expensive clothing really, really cheap. Right, God, I always forget to mention this. Right. For the past few years, actually, I have been putting together a list of stores that I trust, and that I genuinely believe that whatever you guys pick up there, you are going to get a very, very good quality item. And these are places you can really apply this idea of cost per wear. Now, if you want to take this notion of cost per wear and apply it, then I have a video all about the 10 commandments you can follow that will guide you through creating the perfect menswear wardrobe that is specifically tailored to you. And you can find that video right here.